Okay. Hi, this is Ice Blue 333. Currently, it is September the 17th, 2025. It is like one day, I believe, before Taylor Swift, her progressed moon makes an aspect to her Mars. I believe it will be a sextile aspect. Um, Being that Charlie Kirk, he just passed away through via assassination, and I think there's a lot of news that's going on in regards to a lot of people who supported the assassination of Charlie Kirk. They're losing their jobs and etc. Maybe that progression is out of Taylor Swift's chart. It could be that her album might be delayed, which could anger her. That might be it, but I don't know because I know that I found Adam Schiff's birth chart. They actually have his birth chart with his actual birth time, and kind of found out also I got Cory Booker's birth chart with the correct birth time. Go figure. And let me expound on that. Pretty much, I think on, let's see here, on the 20th of September or the 21st, um for Adam Schiff, his his progressed moon, let me see here, do I have it pulled up, on September 21st, 2025. That's like a day after, but the progression can be felt even 4 days or 4 days after this exact date. But it shows in the astrology calculator that it hits on September 21st, 25. That Adam Schiff, his progressed moon will make an aspect, maybe a sextile to his progressed Jupiter. And that means that he will get lucky. And I'm like, but not only that, looking at Cory Booker's chart, and they say that his birth time is excellent as well too. Um, is this progressions? Hmm. On October 17th, which is today, um, for Cory Booker, his progressed moon will conjoin his his natal Jupiter, and so it's like he gets lucky today, and this is the day right after the hearings in regards to Cash Patel. And you know that he said to Cash Patel that he said that you're not going to be, I don't think that you're going to be an FBI director for much longer. And another thing is that, thinking back, during the first assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life, for Adam Schiff, it showed in his chart that his progressed Saturn, it made an aspect to his natal moon. And progressed Saturn making any aspects of your chart is just bad. Just like I told you about Hillary Clinton this year. And so that aspect hit in Adam Schiff's chart on, I believe, June the 27th, 2025. However, being that Saturn is such a slow moving planet, the entire year around that date should have been something that was just an emotional block for him. And come to find out that Donald Trump, they tried to there was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life, and it failed. So anyway, that concerns me because pretty much on the 20th of September, Adam Schiff, he will also have his progressed moon the 21st, make an aspect to his progressed Jupiter. So even though the funeral is on the 20th, I believe, it makes me think that something else could come up. And my point about Cory Booker, Jesus Christ, there is so much information that it's like, but I repeated that about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump's life back on July the 13th, 2025, 2024, because I believe 6 days later after Donald Trump should have been assassinated, I believe there was a representative of Texas. Her name was Sheila Jackson Lee. She was a black woman. She died mysteriously later, like 6 days later on the 19th, I believe. So that's weird. But and also, just think about it. Donald Trump is a Gemini sun, and Sheila Jackson Lee was a Capricorn sun, I believe. So that's like Capricorn is 8 signs away from Gemini, and so that had me and also to note that around that time I believe transiting Saturn was in Pisces, and you know that transiting Saturn, it just retrograded out of Aries, I believe on the 1st of September. So, and now we just recently had another assassination that went through with Charlie Kirk on the 10th of September. So it made me think that what if there's like some other mysterious death that might happen? And so I was looking at other politicians in regards to Jesus, there is so much information in regards to that aspect, if that's the correct way to term it. But because like I said, Donald Trump, he's a Gemini sun, and 8 signs from Gemini is Capricorn, and that's Sheila Jackson Lee's son. And so I was looking at like I said, Charlie Kirk, he's a Libra. He's a Libra sun. 8 signs from Libra is a Taurus. And all for this entire week or whatever, I was trying to find somebody whose son was in Taurus. And I mean, I was looking at this girl. Her, let me find her name real quick. Let me pause for a second. This black one, because I'm thinking that. Well, first of all, my first mindset is that what could cause so much a tremendous amount of craziness is a black person being assassinated. That's what I was thinking. I was like, so I was trying to find a black person who was a Taurus, and I finally wound up with Cory Booker, but what's this girl's name? There was another girl that I was thinking about. So give me 1 second. Okay, so her name was Jasmine Crockett or whatever. I mean, she's apparently a very prominent Democratic figure, I guess, for now, and she's also from Texas. But her birthday is I think March the 29th. I forgot the year. I know she's 44 years old, but she's an Aries, and so I was like, okay, so I guess if there's anything that may come up, it shouldn't be her. But then I was like, okay, well, Hakeem Jeffries, he's black as well, and I'm kind of find out he's a Leo. And then I was like, well, I don't see any Tauruses. And then the Cash Patel situation and the Cory Booker situation happened. I'm like, oh, it might be this guy. Because I remember they said that he had a 3-hour rant or whatever in regards to something he did. I don't pay attention to these people, because they just, anyway, the point. What I found out about him is astounding. This currently, if his birth time is correct, this man, his ascendant sits at 1 degree 20 minutes of Aquarius, and you know that transiting Pluto is right there, right on his ascendant. And not only that, transiting Uranus is making an aspect exactly to that. As a matter of fact, during the eclipse that's going to hit, the solar eclipse that is going to hit on September the 21st, 2025, transiting Uranus is going to be making the exact aspect to his ascendant. So let me pause for a second. Okay. But transiting Uranus is going to trine his natal ascendant exactly during this eclipse. And what gets me is that, like I said, he has a progression to Jupiter today on the 17th. He gets lucky. But this eclipse doesn't look good for him. It looks bad. Overall, though, like I said, Adam Schiff, he's going to get lucky on the 20th. And he's going to get lucky on the 25th of January, 2026. And that's around the same time that the same progressions that Bill Clinton had during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, they're going to hit again on, I believe, on the 17th of January 2026. And I think Cory Booker also, let me see, let me go back to the pictures, because I believe on October 25th, right? October 26th. On October 26th with Cory Booker, His his progressed moon would conjoin his progressed Jupiter. So it's like he gets lucky again. These are conjunctions. Like something huge happens, but it's in his eighth house. And not jeez, I didn't say this yet, but the new moon, not the new moon eclipse, the solar eclipse, is in the same house as the progression to his it's conjoining his natal Jupiter. Something big is about to happen. And it should be lucky, but I don't know. The ascendant of this eclipse from my time zone in Alabama, Tuskegee, is in his 12th house. And transiting Jupiter, where's Saturn at? Let me just look at it from now. Are you serious? So transiting Saturn is 8 houses from his moon, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And during this eclipse, it's conjunct. It's conjunct Saturn. Saturn's conjunct his. It's exactly conjunct his Rahu. I'm sorry for yelling. And you know Rahu rules. It's a co-ruler of Aquarius. And not only that, Neptune is exactly opposite Uranus, which is the other co-ruler of Aquarius. And Pluto's on his ascendant. It's transiting his ascendant. It's exactly conjunct his ascendant. With Uranus trining his ascendant. And Mars is also trying this too. Because it's inside of his 9th house. And it's trying his Uranus, right? No. It's just making... This is interesting. Something big is going on with Cory Booker. And it's a major 8th house influence. I don't know why he gets lucky. Maybe he's turned into a martyr. Maybe they try to turn him into a martyr. But this is just a guess. I just know something. Let me pause. This is just a guess. But all I know is something big is going to go down with Cory Booker now too. This eclipse directly implicates Cory Booker inside of something. I don't know. I just know that for some reason he gets lucky. Adam Schiff gets lucky. Initially, and then also, I think he has his second Cory Booker. He has his second progression to Jupiter on the 26th, and also on the 26th, I believe that, in Jupiter it means lucky. You get lucky. On the 26th, Barron Trump, he would have a progressive aspect to his Mars. I think Bill Clinton on the 26th of September, he would have a progressive aspect to Saturn. So something like a block happens. But on the 5th of October, Bill Clinton, he gets lucky. So I would say for him to be careful. Anyway, let's see here. I think there was something else I was supposed to have talked about too. let's see here. That's another thing. I said that this eclipse it's gonna hit hard inside of Cory Booker's chart, and it's gonna hit hard inside of Bill Clinton's chart because transiting Mercury during this solar eclipse is going to be exactly conjunct Bill Clinton's ascendant. It's off by just a few minutes, but on his ascendant, but it's exactly square Mercury. Transiting Mercury is exactly square Bill Clinton's midheaven, and so that just means he's done. But I didn't. Something big could go down with Cory Booker that just makes the Democrats lucky. Because, like I said, Adam Schiff, he gets lucky on the 20th, the 21st of. I'm repeating myself. And I'm sorry. I'm just doing this live. I didn't see this until now. I didn't see that this eclipse is going to hit Cory Booker's chart like this. But I see all this to say. So what? Something big's about to go down, and these Democrats, they're gonna get lucky. All the way into these planets, the transiting planets, not retrograde, not Jesus Christ. When all these retrograde planets station and go direct and finally go back into their signs permanently, that's gonna be when a lot of people are gonna get their common sense back. But until then, these Democrats, they probably will continue to get lucky in some form or fashion. Currency is that everything? I believe that is it for now. So keep an eye on Cory Booker. I mean, that spat that he had with 17 minutes. Jesus Christ, nobody's gonna watch this, not until it's too late. But anyway, that spat that he had with Cash Patel, he was saying that, oh, I don't believe that you're gonna be the FBI director for much longer. And he was just wagging his neck and doing all this other stuff, whatever. And I'm just looking, I'm like, he's the perfect candidate to be turned into a martyr. But anyway, because, well, he's black. That's the thing. And so that's why I said that Danny Williams Clinton, like I had that revelation about Danny Williams Clinton. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe there's a reason for all of this stuff. Like, I don't know. Let me go back to his chart, Cory Booker's chart, and just sound off on a lot of things that are just shown, because I did not see this until now. Like, the new moon eclipse is going to be exactly conjunct Booker's K2, his natal Jupiter, and his natal Uranus. And Uranus rules his ascendant. And like that a new moon like that could take him out, especially with Pluto on his ascendant transiting. And let me see, does Gemini rules his fifth house or his 7, 6, 5? And with Uranus inside of Gemini, and Mercury's in Taurus, okay, but it's inside of the same. It's in the fourth house. With Uranus inside of Gemini, there's a fifth house, and there's fame. He could be transformed because it's Pluto and it's Uranus. He could be transformed and become famous. He could become probably a martyr. So, like I said, I made a post. I said there could be a false flag event in regards to Cory Booker, because his exact words were, "Oh, I don't think you're going to be the FBI director for much longer," and he's just and he was just sounding off on so many things. He was like, "I want to pray for you." Now, hopefully, it doesn't kill him, because Jupiter, progressed Jupiter is involved, but he probably will be turned into a martyr. And so that would detract from a lot of the stuff that's going on with Charlie Kirk. Because his funeral, the eclipse is on the 21st. I think a day after the funeral. So this could probably kind of detract from Charlie Kirk and be like, oh my God, they try to kill a black man. Yeah. Does Libra rule the 10th house inside his chart? No. Scorpio does. Huh. He has Neptune inside of the 10th house, just like Joe Biden. I wonder how he got into power. Anyway, I'm sorry, but this just looks crazy. The Democrats are gonna get lucky until the planets finally change signs until transit Saturn finally goes back into Aries, and transiting Neptune goes back into Aries, and transiting Uranus goes back into Gemini, and etc. I believe that'll be pretty much it. But they will get lucky until then, and that's going to be after the elections when all these planets finally go into the next signs. And like I said, Donald Trump's not going to be too happy about the midterm elections. This could probably be why. There could probably be a false flag event with Cory Booker. He's black, and the thing about it is he could just he tends to make a lot of he tends to do a lot of I don't want to use the word theatrics, but he's just be care just be just be careful, Cory Booker, because who knows, the same people that whatever. There's no point. The Democrats get lucky until the planets finally go into change signs, and that's gonna. And like I said, in 2027, that's when Donald Trump. That's when people will say that, oh, Donald Trump was actually right about a lot of things, because I think Donald Trump, he will have like a progressive aspect of Jupiter and Venus or whatever. So that's in 2027. That's after the midterm elections. So anyway, I want to stop right there, and I guess I want to probably make a video about my thoughts on Charlie Kirk, and that's gonna be it for me today. This caught me off guard. I did not expect this. So something, like I said, something big is gonna come up with Bill Clinton, but looking at Cory Booker's chart, something huge could definitely come up with Cory Booker too. This eclipse, it hits his chart exactly, and it hits Bill Clinton's chart exactly too. So that's it for now. Sorry for the long rant, but I didn't see this until now. I didn't. I was looking. I was like, huh. I was looking at the transiting Uranus and Pluto on this, and I was like, man, this man needs to stop talking crazy. Telling us some. This your last. This could be your last time. He's my last time seeing you as the FBI director or whatever. Something huge is going on with this man, and apparently he should get lucky because he has a progressed aspect of Jupiter. He could probably turn into a martyr, because transiting Uranus, like I said, is inside of. It's in the 4th house, but it's under his 5th lord sign. But it's a loss of the 5th house if it's inside of the 4th house. Anyway, all I know is that it's an 8th house influence, and with Pluto on the ascendant, this man, he needs to be careful. But there's a transformative. No, the ascendant of this eclipse is inside of the 12th house. This could definitely kill him. It could cause him a loss. So, and then, yeah, I don't know. All I'm gonna say is everybody needs to be careful. The Democrats, for some reason, gets lucky. all the way until the midterms. After the midterms, yeah. Bill Clinton, he's gonna have the same astrology that happened during the Monica Lewinsky scandal, so he might end up getting impeached. Donald Trump, he's just not gonna be happy about the midterm elections, and those are the most important figures in regards to this video and the videos I've been making so far. Hillary Clinton is probably never gonna be the first female president of the United States. Anything else? Kamala Harris should get lucky. Anybody else? Joe Biden, I don't even know about that man. Obama, I don't even know about that man. I just know Bill Clinton. He's done. And yeah, Jesus Christ, there is so much stuff that's going on right now. There is so much stuff. So that's it for now. And like I said, Taylor Swift's not going to be happy about the 18th. I don't know what's going to go on with that. I wonder if I should just go down the list one more time. I've done this too many times, but I'll just get like a few a few dates. Jesus Christ. Okay. If I can find them. Okay, so yeah, I'm here now. So let's see here. I want to end like on I think October, because I keep repeating these dates, but they're important. So I said on September the 18th, 2025, for Taylor Swift, her progressed moon is going to make an aspect to, I believe, her Mars. That's tomorrow. Also on September 18th, 2025, for Chuck Schumer, his progressed ascendant is going to conjoin his natal moon, and so something big could go down that day. I don't know. On the 20th of September, 2025, for Pete Hegseth, his progressed moon was sex house progressed Saturn. Something will cause a block or a loss for Pete Hegseth. And I also said that on the 20th of September, for Adam Schiff, Adam Schiff, whatever the damn man name is, he will have a progressive aspect to his Jupiter. He gets lucky. And I forgot that on Jesus, the 17th, that's the day. On the 17th of September, for Cory Booker, his progressed moon will make an aspect to it. It will conjoin his progressed Jupiter, I believe. He gets lucky, like luck. But I don't know if he's going to be turned into a martyr, or if he's just going to be killed and turned into a martyr. Like something big could go down with Cory Booker. On September 20th, 2025, for Hillary Clinton, her transiting Saturn will conjoin her natal moon. That means it's an emotional period of loss for her. It's a major period for her, and it's like a loss. And I'm telling you, Bill Clinton, he's done. On September 23rd, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed Mars will conjoin his natal Chiron. However, I re-looked at this progression or whatever. In AstroSeek, it shows that it's going to hit on the 29th of September. So anytime between from the 23rd to really through October the 5th or the 6th. Now I looked at Peter Nine's chart, and it shows that he has a shocking something shocking is going to go on with him on the 27th of September. So yeah, Peter Nine is the founder of AstroSeek, the person whose website I'm getting these dates from or whatever. So thank you, Peter Nine. And AstroSeek is the best astrology website in the world, in my opinion. And it's one of the reasons why I'm so good at astrology. So let's see here. I think I stopped on September 23rd, 2025 for Donald Trump. His progressed Mars will conjoin his natal Chiron. And it means that there's going to be something bad and angry that's outside of Donald Trump's control that's going to force him to do a job. It's going to force him to do something. And it could be something that comes with Cory Booker. Maybe Cory Booker could probably be turned into a martyr. Based on just his verbiage that he said when he was talking to Cash Patel. It seems like it was something. It was like he was talking from some papers or whatever. Like somebody told him to say some specific words, but I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say allegedly, but it's like something is being planned, in my opinion. Anyway, that's September 23rd again. So on September 25th, 2025, for Gavin Newsom, his progressed moon will enter the sign Pisces. And like I said, for Gavin Newsom, I think that's Pisces rules Gavin Newsom's 7th house. So that means his partners, or whatever, they're emotional about something. And they could be his partners or his opponents. So like I said, Cory Booker, something could go down with Cory Booker in regards to maybe being a martyr in some sense, some form of fashion. Maybe he might survive, maybe he might not survive. I don't know. I'm just saying that something big could go down. This eclipse hits his chart exactly. And progressions are going on inside his chart. And it's showing that something is luckily happening for Cory Booker. And I think also on the 26th is that Cory Booker, his progressed moon, will conjoin his natal Jupiter. Lucky. On September 26, 2025, for Barron Trump, his progressed moon was sextile his progressed Mars. And so that means that he will be angry about something. But on the same day, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will trine his progressed Saturn. And so that means it's like a block, and a loss or a block for Bill Clinton. And I'll repeat again, I think on the same day, for Cory Booker, the 26th of September, 2025, he has his progressed moon will conjoin his natal Jupiter. He gets lucky for some reason. On September 28th, 2025, for Gavin Newsom, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his progressed Venus. So that means that he will partner up with someone. I'm still thinking about Cory Booker. On September 28th, 2025, for Donald Trump Jr., his progressed moon will trine his progressed Sun. And so that can mean that he gets an ego boost. Okay, so for Donald Trump on October 1st, 2025, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his progressed Chiron. That means that he has a fated job to do. He has to do something. And that's all the while his progressed Mars is making an aspect to, I believe, his progressed Chiron. Is some out of control anger that forces him to do a job. Okay, so on October 2nd, 2025, for Pete Hegseth, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his natal nodes. And that just means it's a fated event that's going to happen in regards to Pete Hegseth. Okay, so for Donald Trump on October 5th, 2025, his progressed Sun will make an 11th aspect to his natal Mercury. I believe it's a sextile, but I'm not sure. I just put 11th aspect. And so that just means that he probably makes a decree, or he probably signs a proclamation of something. Or maybe the Supreme Court does something. I don't know. Something in regards to authority is said or done. Okay? So on October 5th, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will quincunx his progressed Jupiter. That means that Bill Clinton will get lucky for some reason. And I've already said that. I keep on saying these Democrats get lucky. I don't know what's going on here. And then, I forgot. Like on October 11, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed Uranus will conjoin his natal Uranus. And so something shocking happens. And this shock, it's for months. A month. It could be months because progressed Uranus is so slow. It could be 2 months before, 2 months after. It's just shock. And yet the Democrats get lucky. On October 12, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his nodes, his natal nodes. It's a fated event that happens. And on October 13, 2025, for Donald Trump, transiting Jupiter, not progressed, will conjoin Donald Trump's natal Saturn. That means that I think Saturn rules Donald Trump's open enemies. So that means that his things could expand in regards to his open enemies. Let me pause for a second because I need to see what house his Saturn is. I think his Saturn is inside the 11th house, but let me just check real quick. Excuse me. Let me pause one second. So yeah, Jupiter will conjoin Donald Trump's natal Saturn in his 11th house, and that just means that his open enemies, it could be expanded. Maybe there could be riots. I don't know. And it's emotional. It's Cancer, and it's Capricorn. What is Saturn disposit though? His vertex, his 5th house. Right? Okay. Let's see here. Let me get back to the notes. I'm sorry. This is so much information, man. So, on October 17, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his regress moon will make an aspect to his natal Mars. That means he's angry about something. And on October 19, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed Mercury will conjoin his natal Mars. Something will be said that's out of Donald Trump's control that will make him angry, or that will be angering for him. And so let's see here. On October 20th, 2025, for Bill Clinton, his progressed moon will oppose his progressed Neptune. I'm not good with outer planets. But in regards to October 19, 2025, for Donald Trump, that progressed Mercury aspect can last for weeks. It can hit within a week. So the effects of it can be felt for a week, or 2 maybe. Okay, so moving forward, on October 21st, 2025, for Hunter. On October 21st, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon will square his progressed Saturn. And that means that it's like a block for him, an emotional block, an emotional loss for him. So let's see here. On October 22nd, 2025, for Chuck Schumer, his progressed moon will square his natal moon. It's like a completion of something. Okay? And on October 22nd, 2025, for the transiting Neptune, it will retrograde out of Aries and back into Pisces. And like you saw that on September 1st, that's when transiting Saturn retrograded out of Aries and back into Pisces. And 10 days later, there's an assassination attempt on the assassination of Charlie Kirk happened. I can only imagine what transiting Neptune changing signs can do on October 22nd, 2025. There might not be an assassination attempt, but I don't rule it out. But maybe I'm looking at Cory Booker. His words they were unsettling for me. They were unsettling to me. Anyway, so moving on. So on October 26, 2025, for Donald Trump, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his natal moon. So it's like a completion of something. I'm not going to look at transits right now. So let's see here. On October 30th, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon will trine his natal Uranus. Something shocking happens. October 30th, 2025, for Hunter Biden, his progressed moon will trine his natal Uranus. Okay, on November 5th, 2025, for Chuck Schumer, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his nodes. It's like a fated event. But what gets me now, I'm looking at now, is November 5th, 2025, for Donald Trump. His progressed moon will make an aspect to his progressed Uranus. Something shocking happens with Donald Trump. And Uranus, looking at progressions, is like a shocking loss. A shocking loss of some sort. However, on November 5th, 2025, for Donald Trump Jr., his progressed moon will conjoin his natal Jupiter. He gets lucky. So, let's see, what else? And then, on November 7th, 2025, transiting Uranus, it changes signs. It leaves Gemini and goes back into Taurus. And like I said, I told you this, the assassination attempt the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It happened 10 days after transiting Saturn left Aries. Let's see here. And then let's see here. I forgot when transiting Pluto is stations. So let me pause for a second because that's important too. I think it said. I think I got notes. Oh, so on November 11th, 2025, transiting Jupiter was stationed and began to go retrograde. So let me pause real quick and let me see if I can find when transiting Pluto was stationed. So let me pause. Okay, so transiting Pluto was stationed and go direct on October 12th or 13th, 2025, and that's when Bill Clinton, he has his progressed Uranus conjoining his natal Uranus. Jesus Christ. This is gonna be an intense. Everything's gonna be intense until these planets go back until after the 2026 elections. Things are about to get crazy. Crazy. How much time do I? Oh, Jesus. Okay. I forgot where I stopped at. I think it was Jupiter, right? So yeah, transiting on November 11, 2025, transiting Jupiter was stationed and go retrograde. And see, on November 14, 2025, for Donald Trump Jr., his progressed moon was sextile his natal Saturn. That's an emotional block and a bad day for Donald Trump Jr. And on November 30th, 2025, for Chuck Schumer, his progressed moon will make an aspect to his natal Chiron. It means he has a fated job to do. And then on December 1st, 2025, for Elon Musk, his progressed moon will square his progressed Saturn. And that just means that he has an emotional loss or block on around this date. And on December 4th, 2025, for Elon Musk, his progressed moon was sextile his natal Sun. That means that there's an ego boost, but being that it's so close to progressed Saturn, it's a bad ego boost, like a block, like a ego loss. I'm gonna stop there. Oh, it stops there anyway. I keep repeating myself, but these Democrats are about to get lucky. And however, Bill Clinton's gonna go through the same astrology that he went through during the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Why the Democrats get lucky, I have no idea. Maybe it could be that there's some situation with Cory Booker, and being that he's black, they're like, oh my God, they either did assassinate a black person, or there's an assassination attempt that's like, oh my God, and then they're saying that, Cash Patel, we warned you. And then Bill Clinton, for some reason, either it could be the Danny Williams Clinton situation, being that Danny Williams Clinton is black. And I'm just saying the Danny Williams Clinton situation allegedly, or it could be Ghislaine, the Epstein situation. All I know is something shocking is about to go down. This is insane. Anyway, I hope that this helps somebody. Things are not gonna get productive. I also want to say normalize. Things are not going to be productive in regards to the Republicans until after the 2026 elections. Like I said, Donald Trump is not going to be happy about the midterm elections. However, he should be happy about the presidential elections in 2028. I'm going to stop here. Oh yeah, and let me just say this so that if something does happen, my butt will be covered. Be careful, Cory Booker. And Bill Clinton, I think he's already done. So I didn't see that about Cory Booker though. But with what he was saying that day, it seemed like there's something's allegedly being orchestrated. Allegedly. Allegedly. Allegedly 3 times. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Bye.